Hi, my name is Zach Fisher, and welcome to another Tech Talk. It's been a little bit. Today, I'm going to be talking about basic IT strategy here. And I'm not going to be mentioning any kind of products or anything like that, but it's a high level overview of what, in my opinion, this is basically what I would do if I were in charge of an IT environment. So to begin with, what do businesses care about? The bottom line is that businesses care about two things. They care about making more money by bringing in more profits, and they care about making more money by cutting costs. And at the end of the day, if you are not doing those two things as a business, your business will fail, or it will not continue to grow, which is really what businesses are there for. That's what stockholders care about, and it's what businesses are trying to do. Is continuously never-ending growth in their profits and their amount of money that they're bringing in, increasing or decreasing the amount of money that they're spending. And if you're not doing those two things, then you are not going to be successful as a business. So one line that really stuck out to me was I was reading a book called The Goal, and it's about Deming's manufacturing process, and it's done in a novel form. But essentially, what was happening was the plant manager was automating a lot of processes. But a consultant came in, or a professor, basically the guru, came into the book, and he asked him, "Are you selling more products?" And the plant manager said no. And he said, "Have you laid anyone off?" And the plant manager said no. And so the consultant said, "Then you are not, so then what is the goal of all of this automation? If you're not doing those two things, then actually your prices are going up. And if you're not improving things, then basic law of entropy means that things are going to start to get worse." So quick story around that and basic understanding of what businesses care about. But what do we care about as employees? We care about being happy, mainly. I mean, you want to be happy in your job. And so how do businesses care about employees' happiness at the bottom line? Well, they should, because that's how they retain good employees and then end up making more money and cutting costs. So how can we cut costs, increase the amount of products and services sold, as well as increase our happiness? That's really the goal here. If I were in charge of a company, specifically in IT, say I was a CIO. So in order to increase the amount of profits, the amount of things that are sold, first, you've got your products. Say you're creating wind turbines or jet engines. And then second, you have your customers, right? Your target customers. Well, how are you going to increase that? Well, through IT, you can create better products, and you can target customers more efficiently. So if you have better products, more people are going to buy them. And if you can target more customers, then you're going to sell more of your products, thereby being good for your company. So, how do you do that how do we help the business accomplish that from an IT perspective? Well, nowadays data is really your gold. So how are you going to make new products? Well, if you have more data than anybody else does on the products, then the chances are you're going to be able to run more simulations, more models on those products, and create better products. So creating new applications based on those products will help differentiate you as well. And then creating more efficient products will help differentiate you. So being able to do that, IT is obviously integrated in both of those things, and that's hugely important for businesses. And then the second one is being able to target more customers and having better data on the marketplace and being able to increase your ability to market, ability to do all of those types of things. That costs a lot of data as well. Business analytics, all of those types of exercises are vital for a large business. So that is served by IT. The second thing is cutting costs. How do we cut costs? Well, we need to be able to more efficiently serve the applications that we already have. So that means either more efficiently deliver the application or maybe delete the application. Maybe we don't need it. So essentially, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to consolidate a lot of the applications onto a more efficient platform. So how do we help the application owners? What do they care about? What's going to make them happy so that they can write new applications to improve our business? Do they care about it being on-premise versus in the cloud? No, they really honestly don't. We're serving them up a service. It's either going to be a software as a service model, a infrastructure as a service, a platform as a service. But honestly, if you can do certain things, it's not going to matter if it's on-premise or in the cloud. It's just, you're just basically serving them up resources. So what do they care about? They care about simplicity. So being able to have a simple portal that they can get things. Two, they care about speed of deployment. So how fast can, after you get the request in your service portal, like ServiceNow, how fast can you actually provision, say, a VM or a container, or how fast is the platform as a service able to scale? The third thing is performance. If you're not meeting your performance that you're promising, that's bad, and it won't make the application owners happy. And then obviously price. Decreasing the price is extremely important. So you've got your application, and how are you going to make it simple? Well, you have to be able to serve up networks, VMs, containers, platforms, storage, all of those things within a single portal, and all of the underlying mechanisms to do that have to be automated. So you can't have somebody going along and going through manual processes to do these things. You have to have all the way from the orchestration to the actual infrastructure provisioning automated, all of those steps in between, whether it be on-premise or in the cloud. That's extremely important. And you have to have a simple tool that enables you to see what exactly you need as a application owner and then provision it. The next thing is time of deployment. So like I said before, all those manual steps between the service catalog and the physical provisioning of infrastructure give giving that infrastructure to the end user, that needs to be automated so that you can have, say, a VM in less than 10 minutes, less than 30 minutes, something like that. Speed, well, this is important because all application owners, if I don't have my application serving up at a reasonable speed, then I'm not going to be happy as an application owner. So you have to be able to understand, okay, what is actually happening within my environment. So an important thing for speed is to have visibility within your environment and to have notifications, so you know before the applications are complaining to you that they're not getting the speed that they need. And you need to be able to expand your environment with a sufficient degree of speed so that you can also serve up the amount of additional resources that your applications require. So how are you going to cut costs? Well, automation is a big thing, and then consolidation is really where you're going to cut most of your costs. So if you automate things, then a lot of the manual tasks, a lot of the usually it's third-party contractors that are doing some of the manual tasks, they're going to be eliminated, or they're going to be repurposed to do more value-add things. You're going to to decrease costs, if you consolidate your infrastructure, you're going to lower your power and cooling, which is a very significant portion of your price. And then also being able to go to the cloud, whether it's all cloud or whether it's some on-prem, some cloud. Most of the time, if your organization is large enough, it definitely makes financial sense to keep some of your data in the data center. Even there's also regulatory requirements that force you to have your data in your own data center, whether it be for latency or whether it be for regulatory requirements or price. A lot of the time, you have to either have it. You will have to have some of it on-prem, but the cloud is obviously a very, very good option too. So how does this make your employees happy? Well, they get happy when they are not doing things like staying up late or doing manual tasks, repetitive tasks, staying up late on calls and trying to troubleshoot lots of complex issues within a very complex environment. Well, so how do we fix those things? Well, one is automation, and the second is cleaning up your environment. So understand exactly what is out there, and also understand and put together a landing pad for your workloads. So that is how, if I owned a business, I would make my people happier, I would increase my profits, and I would cut costs from the IT perspective. Thanks for listening, and I'll flesh into some of the details of this in subsequent slideshows. Thank you.